but I guess when a guy feels that he's pleading with the referee to give him some consideration and he don't get the consideration, then he just goes beyond reason. I mean, you must be able to deal with reason and practicality, but you got two athletes in there, highly passionate, very hot, ready to fight, and fight they would do, and the fight was just beginning. I don't know why it would be stopped.
Well, because Holyfield, it was determined by Mills Lane. Well, let me stop you right there before we go on to that. You're saying Mills Lane should not have stopped the fight on the second fight?
No, when Holyfield got bitten, Mills Lane said he took a point from that fight.
In the second point.
And the second point.
And then at the end of the round, Mills Lane had said that Tyson bit him on the other ear, which in this instance I believe would be the left ear. 2 bites on the ear.
I didn't see it, so I can't comment on that.
That's why he disqualified.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to see that before I make any comments. I don't want to be irrational.
Let's move on. Where does this leave Mike Tyson and his career, and will there be a third bout between these two, and do you think you could ever put anything like that together?
Well, I want to find out first the facts, and then if you find out the facts, you see what you can do. I think that the corners, I thought that too. I don't understand.
Seen the tape. I think when the commission see the tape, the commission, there is no way that Tyson should get paid. I mean, he's spoiled this fight for everybody. It's an outrage, and there's no way on earth that he should get 30 million for what he did. He should get fined.
Well, Evander Holyfield is no crybaby. He's been in several memorable battles through the years, and those of you at home, I'm sure, will have seen many of those battles. He's not the kind to make a mountain out of a molehill in those situations. There were 2 bites from Tyson. The referee was surely given no choice at all. Things are beginning to settle down, but what we've seen here is a fight that will go down in history in its own way, rather like you think of the night of the long count, when Gene Tunney was on the floor for 14 seconds against Jack Dempsey back in the 20s. Tunney still went on to win that fight, the so-called phantom punch with which Muhammad Ali beat Sonny Liston in their second fight back in the 60s. Things like that. It's going to go into that kind of category, this one. The first disqualification in a world heavyweight title fight, we reckon, for some 50 years. A night in which Mike Tyson covered himself really in disgrace.
All right,
here in Las Vegas.
I'm joined by Mike Tyson. Mike, first of all, let's go in chronological order. The headbutt in the second round, which opened the gash on your eye. Tell us about that first, please.
He butted me in the first round, but then he butted me again in the second round. Then as soon as he butted me, I watched him. He had me holding, and he looked right at me, and I saw him, and he was going to, and he kept going by, and he butted me again. He kept going down and coming up, and he charged into me. And no one warned him, no one took any points for him. What am I to do? This is my career. I can't continue getting butted like that. I got children to raise, and this guy keeps butting me, trying to cut me and get me stopped off cut. I got to retaliate.
Now, immediately you stopped. You stopped fighting immediately right there, and you turned to Mills Lane, and you said what? And the result was he did nothing. But what did you say to Mills right at that time?
I don't remember what I said. I told him that he butted me, but I know I complained about being butted. And we complained about the first fight. Listen, Holyfield's not the tough warrior everyone says he is. He got little nicks on his ear, and he quit. I got an eye. I got one eye. I got one eye. He's not impaired. He got ears. I got one eye. Big day. If he take one, I got another one. I'm ready to fight. He didn't want to fight. I'm ready to fight him right now.
Mills Lane stopped the fight. It wasn't Holyfield who stopped.
Oh, he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight.
Let me ask.
We don't know what Mills did. Don't put nothing on Mills.
Well, Mills said he stopped the fight. You bit him. Was that a retaliation for the eye when you bit him in his ear?
Regardless of what I did, he bit me for 2 fights.
But you got to address it, Mike.
I did address it. I addressed it in the ring.
Why did you do that, though, Mike? I mean, was that the proper response?
Look at me. I got to go home and my kids are going to be scared of me. Look at me, man.
What are you going to do now in terms of your career, Mike? What are you going to do? Okay.
Well, extraordinary stuff there from Mike Tyson.